welcome back to another episode, guys. So today we'll be building a DIY extractor, and the reason we want to build this is because we want a simple way to extract the honey without destroying the frame, so we can put them back in the hive so we can reuse them. So I'm gonna go through a list of all the things that you will need to build the extractor, and let's get it started. Alrighty, guys, so these are the equipments that we're gonna need in order to build the homemade extractor. So we need a jigsaw, and we need this to make curved cuts. We need a chop saw to make straight and parallel cuts. We're also gonna need a drill, a frame just for testing and dimension. We need a spade bit that's about that's enough of the same width as the bearings that we're gonna be using. We need a valve, something to attach it to here to allow the honey to leak out. And we need 4 washer. We also need 4 nut as well. And you will see what we need that for. But then the most important thing is that we need a container here that's gonna be big enough to hold 2 frames side by side with enough space to allow it to spin. So the frames are gonna lie in the extractor side by side, and it's gonna attach to the thing that we're gonna do to allow it to spin in that way to throw the honey out on the side. You have to ensure that the container that you're selecting also has an island, which will allow the honey not to come in contact with the thing that is extracting. It's gonna fling the honey on the side, the honey is gonna run down and then run out through the valve that we have there. So that's pretty much all that you will need to build your own extractor, and we're gonna get the process started. All right, this idea that I'm gonna be doing here is not my original idea. It's from one of my subscribers, and he goes by the tagline love nature's honey, or nature's honey. So links to his video for the original one is gonna be in the description. This is just my version of it, and pretty much all of the idea came from him. So if you want to check his channel out, guys, be sure to do so. The link will be in my description, and you can also give him a like and a sub as well. All right, guys, so what we're gonna start off with again today is the bottom board, and we're gonna pretty much cut this for the length, and it's gonna sit on the rod with the rod going through, and then it's sitting on the bearing to allow it to spin. Now I'm pretty much cutting this to length, so I know that this will fit there, but it will also fit inside of the bucket. Depending on the container that you're going to be using, your length will vary, but that's why I don't want to include measurements specifically in this, because everybody's container is not going to be the same. So I need to ensure that 2 frames can sit side by side on this, and then not only that, but once the frame can sit side by side, then I'm gonna cut off whatever excess material that I have that I need, and then we will work from there. Just to give you a reference, guys, this is what I'm making reference to. So if you can see, there is excess material here that I'm gonna need to shave off, and we're gonna give it a kind of a round off look as well with the jigsaw. And by getting rid of the excess material, it gives enough space to work in here same way. As long as this is enough for the diameter of the frame, where I can sit 2 frames side by side, then I will be able to accomplish what I want to do on this one. Alright, guys, so having a little problem with the nails here, so that's why I brought the chop saw. Always comes in handy when you have problems like these. And just like that, away with that, we can go back to using the jigsaw. And then I can make the full cut. Alright, and just like that, it's exactly to spec how we need it. Fits in the board good, and bottom good. So now we have to proceed in gonna find the center of this so that I can make the cut for where the frame is supposed to be going. Alright, so what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be drilling a hole in the center of the frame. And there we go. So with the center now, I'm able to thread it onto that, and then now I just need to make the part for the frame to sit in. So I'm gonna show you guys that next. Alright, so what I'm just doing, I just want to get a feel of what the width is of the frame, and I'm gonna be cutting out something for that. So I'm just marking the full diameter of it, so I have an idea of what the width is. I need to do one on this side as well. And just like that, I have two right there. So now I'm just going to be using a drill to drill this corner, drill this corner, drill this corner, drill this corner. Then I can use the jigsaw and cut out the full depth. So alright, just take a look. Okay, so just giving an update of what I've done so far. So it's the same top, and pretty much what I did was to cut a notch here, cut a notch here. It fits the length of the frame to allow me to set it inside, and did it for the other side. So pretty much it will be like this. Goes in there, sits like that, and all of this will sit on the rod, and then it's gonna also sit on the bearing that's beneath here, and then pretty much that will put everything together, and we can see how well it works. So now the next thing to do now, just giving an example, I'm gonna be cutting this into a round base, and I'm gonna have the bearing sit inside here like this. I'm gonna make it up deeper so the bearings can sit in there, and the bearing is gonna be able to spin. The rod is gonna come down and sit in this. I'm gonna tack it at the side, and then the whole assembly will come out and go in as one unit, or maybe I just leave it disassembled. I'm not sure yet. I can probably leave it disassembled, but yeah. So once I cut this, I'm gonna set it down in the center of that, and then we're gonna be able to extract some honey using that. All right, so wrapping up because the rain is about to come in and I'm working outside. So gonna keep on working on this, guys. So pretty much this is what I need the spade bit for. I'm gonna just do it in the center, drill down it depth enough that the bearing sits flush, and then from there I'm gonna set the bearing in there. So just going ahead and just do it, and I'm just eyeballing it at this point. As I told you, the rain is coming, so here I go. Alright, so checking on this now, guys, to see how far the bearing sits, and sits almost flush. I'm just gonna go down a little bit more, and at this point I need a sacrificial board because I don't want to drill into my table. So going down a little bit more. and it sits fairly enough. It's not fully level, but I mean, I don't really need it to be completely level. I just need it to sit there, so that way once I put it on to here, then it will be able to spin, because I can have it set in there. And I think what I might be doing, I might just have it set in there to give it enough where to spin, but instead of having to have it as a permanent setup. So alright guys, so had to relocate due to the rain, so just want to show you exactly where we are at the moment. So this will be the bottom that we created. It's gonna sit like this, then the frames will sit in it like this. 1, 2, this will sit here like this for support. And now what I need to do is to run one wood from here to here, here to here, to hold everything together for support and put a little more rigidity in it. And that's what I'm about to do. So I'm just gonna run a wood about the length from here to here that will support everything and keep everything tight and knit together. So that's where I'm at presently, and I'm gonna see if I can finish up this up. I had to relocate because of the rain. As I told you, I was working outside, and yeah, nature does not really want to do that today. So stay tuned. Let me just continue to work on this, and I'll just keep you guys posted as to the build as we go along. Alright, so guys, this is what it looked like after I'm finished wrapping it. So take out the frame. So it's pretty much, I just wrap the fabric around it, and it's gonna hold everything together. Now it's just for me to thread this through it. Alright guys, so this is the completed product. As you can see, we have one main hood that comes here that centers everything, and if you can look, the bar that I cut it here, which is attached to there and then attached to the other bearing that's there. We have one bearing that's under here, and that's where it's gonna be, it sits on as well. So the whole thing sits on the 2 bearings, and then this is just used to center it. And as you can see, it spins very well. I'm gonna demonstrate how I plan to do it when I'm working with the when I'm doing the extraction. Alright, so this is just a demonstration of how the extractor works. So once you hook up the drill to it, you just slowly press on the trigger, and you can see that it will start spinning, and you increase this pressure, and you do it like that, and it will extract the honey. So just want to give you a demonstration that it works. It will break suddenly because the drill has an automatic break in it. So in order to not damage the drill, as soon as I release the trigger, I just release my hand off it and allow it to spin out naturally. So I'm gonna clean it up and everything, and then we're gonna be doing an extraction soon, so you'll definitely see how it runs. Also, if you can look down at the bottom here, you can see that we have a pipe there that is gonna allow the honey to flow out once we are doing the extraction. We're gonna keep that gate open, and the reason being because we don't want it to come up on the island down there. I don't want it to go past the island there, so I just want, as soon as the honey reaches the level to flow out through there, it always does so it doesn't full up too much in that. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and as usual, like, share, comment and subscribe if it is that you like the content that we put out.